You just had your baby, and since you have baby on the brain, you start to wonder, well, when can I get pregnant again? Can it happen almost immediately after giving birth to your baby? And what if you haven't had your period yet? Details after this quick break. Hey everyone, I'm Sunny Galt with the New Mommy Media Network, and we're partnering with Pregnancy Magazine to answer the question, how soon can I get pregnant after my baby arrives? And our expert today is Dr. Shahan Chowdhury. She's a concierge family medicine doctor with Diamond Physicians. So Dr. Chowdhury, welcome to our hangout today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what needs to happen within the body after we have a baby in order to get pregnant again? What are we waiting on?
Oh gosh, we're waiting on a lot of stuff. We're waiting to recover. I mean, think about it. For 9 months, this body has been producing skin, hair, bones, blood. I mean, it's been working on overdrive. And then you have this amazing moment when you're delivering and all the hormonal changes, energy, all those things that are going to produce your baby and deliver your baby. Now you've got your baby, guess what? Now your body's trying to make all this brilliant breast milk. And so your body is working so hard in so many different ways physically. And so it does need time to regenerate. But there's also a mental aspect as well. This is the time to bond with your baby. This is the time to focus on your baby. If you're worried about being having morning sickness again, so it detracts from that moment. So it's like a well-tuned engine. It does need a time for rest and regeneration, and so it does take some time. Now, if you're not very healthy to begin with, it may take longer. But if you're pretty healthy, maybe you can do it a little sooner than other people. But it's basically just trying to give your body a chance to regenerate, repair, and become strong again.
You mentioned hormones. Like, how quickly does it take for your hormones to kind of change over? And I mean, I'm assuming other hormones are coming in, and that may play a different role. But can you give us a little bit of insight of what's happening there?
Well, everybody's a little different. Hormones do take time to settle in. If you're not breastfeeding, it might take a couple of months. Then you start seeing your period, and you know that the different hormones are coming into play. But if you breastfeed, then the suckling baby is causing different messages being sent to your brain, where different hormones like luteinizing hormone are dropping, and that's having an effect on your ovaries, and therefore hormones will kind of help slow down the chance of getting pregnant again. So yes, hormones, different hormones, thyroid, luteinizing hormone, estrogen, progesterone, all come into play.
Okay. Yeah, and I know breastfeeding plays a big role in helping your body recover, and I've even heard that especially right after you have your baby, when you bring your baby to breast and they start breastfeeding, that actually helps contract the uterus, right? Because I know, I would do that with my babies right away, and sometimes I'd get that cramping feeling,
Yes,
and
yes.
that's something immediately after you give birth, but it helps in that regard too.
Right, so basically that's causing a hormone called Pitocin to be produced, and what it does is it starts contracting the uterus, which is great because the uterus is just being this huge bag to hold your baby, and then it just got rid of the baby. There's all these blood vessels and everything, so you want it to clamp shut so that you don't lose as much blood and so on. So it's all good stuff, yeah. And also Pitocin helps with that maternal instinct, that maternal bond. It really is that mommy kind of hormone.
Okay, but we don't want people to use breastfeeding as birth control. If you're one of those families that's like, hey, I want to space out my kids, I'm not trying to have them like me, which was boom, boom, boom. So there's other options besides just breastfeeding to get that under control, right?
Right. So if we go back to contraception, you can use a barrier method like condoms, but really you are able to get on birth control usually a couple of months afterwards, 2-3 months afterwards. Yeah, please don't use breastfeeding as your only source of birth control if you don't want to get pregnant straight away.
And I'm just curious, in the patients that you've seen, what is the fastest turnaround time that you've seen someone, come in, you were pregnant, you had your baby, and you're in again for, your first prenatal appointment?
Well, You know what? Personally, they're not in a rush to get pregnant straight away, but I've heard as soon as 9 months or something like that. So my patients personally, we get them on birth control, we've got a plan and everything. But yeah, I've heard as soon as 9 months. There might be other stories out there of sooner. I don't know.
Yeah, especially if you deliver the babies earlier, right? Yeah, exactly. I think that's considered Irish twins. I think that's the that's the title we give the kids when you do it that way, right? All right. Well, thanks so much, Dr. Chattery, for being with us today. We appreciate everyone for watching this. Be sure to check out more videos at newmommymedia.com/pregnancy magazine. You can also download our free apps and check out all the great blog posts that we have on our website. And we're just trying to guide you step by step about your pregnancy. So please share this with another mom if you found it helpful.